Well, let's see here. Let's do a little bit of a live. Okay, let's get some folks up in here. But if you are new to this channel, I am Denise Brady. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist who loves all family TV, pop culture, mental health. And of course, we like to get into some things, and there's some news happening. So I decided to start this little weekly chat that we have, the group chat on my channel. So I want people to come in, enjoy. Let me know where you're watching from. Are you a part of the replay gang? Okay. What's the weather like? If you're just finding this channel, welcome. Okay. We're all about decolonizing therapy spaces and your minds. Okay. But how's your Memorial Day going? This is the end of my day. This is the last thing I have to do today before I have, the rest of the day to myself. But I want to check on my community, see how you guys are doing, talk about the things that's been going on. So go ahead, get into that chat. Let's check in for a little bit before we talk about some things. It's the end of May, it's mental health month. So how are you been? Are you thriving? Are you surviving? Are you in the midst of a growth journey? Okay, trying to figure out who you are, what you need to let go of. Okay, what's not serving me? What can I leave back in this month? Who does not need to go with me into summer? Are some of my relationships seasonal? Okay, are some of my relationships seasonal where I just take a step back and see who's really here for me, who's not? Think about that. Sometimes you be taking people with you to places that don't deserve access to you. Are those spaces? Okay, but come into the chat. Let me know where you're watching from, how you doing, and where do y'all want to start? Okay, where do y'all want to start today? So as of last night, we got a bit of an announcement. Okay, a bit of an announcement. Now, congrats. But at the same time, is it too quick? I really feel like people, when you get married, enjoy just being married. Get to know the person. Do you like living with them? Is this really the person you want to spend the rest of your life with? What things can you not really get over? Build the foundation of your marriage before bringing a baby into it, because you can do so many things, but when that baby comes, a lot of things change. And so I really just believe in getting to know your partner, get to know yourself as a wife, getting to know yourself as a husband before you bring a third person in. But, congrats to them. They're expecting their first child. Now, if you want to go through a timeline, it looks like she could have been pregnant when she got engaged, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. Some people might feel like the announcement is coming upon all the backlash that she got from her interview, her podcast, and to kind of like offset some of that stuff, negativity, people calling her a bird, two birds on the couch, chirping it up. Some of the things I saw. I think Jesse called her like Miss Leave Out Queen or something like that. I just was like, congrats, but slow your roll. Everybody wants this full package of a relationship, a marriage, a baby, in a bow. But what comes with that bow? Okay, what comes with the bow? Are you ready for everything that entails? I myself have been with my husband since 2010. So was that going on 15 years? And I have 2 kids. So I think it's really important to just have that time to get to know yourselves as a couple, make some goals, travel, do things. You don't have to rush, like enjoy like just being married. Okay, but let me know you guys' thoughts. But make sure you are a subscriber to the channel, because that's the way today that you will be able to engage in the chat, is if you are a subscriber. Okay, it's a subscribers only live today. And we still have not seen, what's the TV show that they're supposed to be on? I can't remember the TV show that's supposed to come out. Oh, Perfect Match. So Perfect Match still ain't came out. But we already know the end results of one of the couples at least. Okay. I guess they're going to bring it out, what, July, August? When do you guys think that we're actually really going to see the show? But it's taking them forever. These shows, the post-production take way too long. That there's so many spoilers. I feel like there's not NDAs anymore. People just be out here living their life, not realizing your show ain't even came on yet. So this is our reality TV corner right now. And so we got some news about that. And one of my favorite shows, let's see. The Queer Ultimatum is coming back. Now, personally, I feel like the Queer Ultimatum, it was better than the straight version. Okay, I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay. This show, these dynamics, I don't know what it is, but this to me was way better than what y'all gave us with them straight people. I am looking forward to the couples. I'm looking forward to the dynamics. You know, we always going to have one narcissist. We got to, okay? Because what would a good reality TV show would be without a narcissist in the game? Okay, so we're gonna have at least one, but this is gonna be good. Now, are y'all watching Sneaky Links? Let me know. Are y'all watching Sneaky Links? Because I think I was gonna take a pass on that. My schedule is just kind of busy with me moving and stuff, so I'm like, where do I want to really invest my energy? And Sneaky Links was probably not going to be one of them. So if you've been looking for the Sneaky Links content, I don't think I'm gonna have it for y'all. I don't think I really want to sit through that show. But has anyone started watching it? What do you think of it thus far? What do you think about the Queer Ultimatum coming back? So let's see. What y'all think we're gonna get for the summer? I want to get what, Queer Ultimatum. And then what was this other show? Perfect Match. So we already have Sneaky Links. So in June, we're going to get this. And then do you think we're going to get the other show in July? No, I think that'd be two back-to-back. So we'll probably get AD and Ollie's show. I'm guessing in August. We'll get that in August. And then the new season of Love is Blind will probably come out at the end of September. And that will probably end off the reality TV relationship type shows for Netflix. Ah, okay. Maria, you saying it's not worth it? Yeah, I don't think it's I haven't heard anyone talking about it. I think on like Facebook, you know, there's a group, different groups, and I've been seeing people talk about it, but not as much as like a lot of other shows. Even me looking at bigger channels, like bigger channels that normally, you know, pop up, say the show come out on like a Wednesday, by Friday they didn't watch all the episodes and they're doing a recap off the whole season. Those channels have not even like posted about it. So I'm guessing that nobody is really into it as much. So I think I'm a pass. I'm a pass and I'm a wait. Okay, so I think this is like any other like reality TV like news that has come up. I don't really think so. So we're going to try and do this show weekly on Mondays. And then I'm probably going to do a second one on Fridays. So this is just me starting it off. So give me your ideas as y'all watching the different categories and topics that y'all want me to cover each week. So we're going to do a reality TV section. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else that has really happened with reality TV shows of announcements. I know y'all looking forward to, let's get into it right now. What's coming on next week? Okay, what we all know coming next week, okay? What's coming next week, y'all? Okay, y'all already know. Y'all ready? Y'all already know. Okay? Love Island. Love Island. I can't believe it's been a whole year already since the last season. She did a way better job than that other girl. So next week, June 3rd, is that Monday or Tuesday, y'all? She did a way better job than that last host. So we, of course, are going to cover it. Unfortunately, it's premiering like while I'll be moving. So in the beginning, I probably will not be on top of it with me moving. But like once the season like really progresses, even though it does move pretty fast, once it really progresses, we're going to do some lives and things like that. But the first 2 weeks that it's on, I probably won't be able to cover it as much just because I'm moving. Okay. So that's our reality TV corner. What do y'all think? Are you gonna watch all these shows? What else? We got Big Brother coming out. It's gonna be a jam-packed reality TV summer. It really is, and so I'm looking forward to. Y'all know I love me some reality TV. Okay. Now let's get into our law and ethics. Okay. Our law and ethics corner. Now make sure y'all can come into the chat now. Don't be scared. You just gotta subscribe. All these damn ads, y'all. So we know last week Kid Cudi testified. And I want to know from you guys, do you feel like the court system has already been able to prove that it's a RICO case? What do you think so far? Do you feel like they've been focusing more on it being a domestic violence case, a DV case, versus it actually being, or what is it, him looking like a mob boss, a RICO case? Now, the interesting thing about Cudi, there's been a lot of backlash. Okay. Now, some of it has been about why he waited so long. He knew these things were happening, and it was only because he was subpoenaed that he finally said something. I've also seen a lot of people calling him a snitch. I've also seen the emasculation of Kid Cudi. People pulling up when he used to wear dresses and things like that. For me, it feels like a lot of people knew how much power he had, that Diddy had, and people were scared. The man broke into his house, not once, but I think twice, put his dog in the bathroom. And I believe another time he broke in, or somebody allegedly, Diddy's team allegedly, was in Cudi's house and opened up his family's Christmas presents from underneath the tree. Now that to me is some sinister mess. They didn't break nothing. All the things they could have done, the psyche, mess with him psychologically, get to what he cares about, his dog, those Christmas presents, and then the alleged, thing about him possibly blowing up, allegedly, Kid Cudi's car. In some ways, I'm starting to see maybe some sociopathic tendencies of a sociopath. Could it be there's some antisocial traits going on? And because of who Diddy is, I think so many people were scared. But it's easier for people on the internet to say, how come he didn't speak up? How come he waited till now? I think there's just so many different factors into why he didn't speak up. Well, we know now is why he doing it now. It's because he's subpoenaed. Okay. That's why. But I think there's a lot of fear. I think people are so focused on looking from the outside, they don't recognize how much fear came along with, to me, this system, this org. And to me, I'm kind of also wondering if Diddy is a smaller piece in a larger puzzle. And that Diddy is being used as an example that we're on to y'all. We see it. We're coming. We're not playing. We're not playing. And I think just looking at the trauma of all the people involved, the escorts, the people testifying, all that trauma that these people have been carrying, wearing within their bodies. And what do you do with all that trauma? What do you do with it? I know Cudi has a lot of different mental health things. He's suffered from depression, anxiety. He's openly talked about being depressed and going through different things. I think the whole him and Cassie dating thing was probably at the height of his career, because Cudi had this whole era where he was just like, he was big at one point. And I think he was probably one of the first kind of like rappers who did that whole, like, I don't want to say emo, but like depressive, dark, melodic, like kind of poppy music about being depressed and having mental health issues. Now it's like a trend, but back in the early 2010s, 13, 15, that's what he was doing. But now all the young folks doing it. Okay. But I also just remembered, have y'all heard about the whole Q from Day 26 thing that was happening over the weekend? Let me see. Did y'all hear about this over the weekend? Let me share the other one. Let's start sharing this. Let me know, have y'all heard about this? Q of Day 26 says he believes that Diddy tried to sacrifice him during an odd outing in the Hamptons. Did y'all hear about this over the weekend? Let's go through it. So they were on the Amy, is her name Roebuck? Amy Roebuck, and that other guy that she had an affair with. Oh, the other guy she had an affair with. I wonder if I could play it. And TJ Holmes. Let me see. Let me know in the chat, have y'all heard about this? What's on our heart radio? Can we listen to it a little bit? Probably can't play it though. I don't want to do no copyright. But have y'all heard about what was going on over the weekend and how he did their podcast and he brought up Don and feeling like Don allegedly could have been in on him being sacrificed to Diddy? Let's see if I can play it. Waiting for this commercial. Okay, how you skip? Oh, there we go. Let's see if we can just skip to the part. I think I can probably go to it. Oh, these commercials, y'all. Anyway, we'll go through the article. So if y'all have not heard, um Q from Making the Band was on their podcast. And so he says Puff invited him for a weekend. Allegedly, Puff was very intoxicated in the clouds. Q admitted that he thought the invite only came because he was dating Danny Kane's Don Richards at the time, who ironically recently testified against Diddy. Once at the state, Q says Don handed him a red substance, that you could swallow, that she said was from their former boss. And so he took it. 20 minutes later, he alleged he blacked out. What happens next is disturbing memory for Q. According to him, he woke up screaming in the bedroom of the twins, Jess and Delilah. It doesn't appear that the girls were present. Q claims there were cameras on him and people standing over him laughing. He says it felt very sacrificial, like they were trying to hurt me or Diddy was trying to maybe sacrifice me that night. He also recalled wearing basketball shorts, jumping into a pool, and believes the moment was captured on film. Diddy's team has not spoken about the incidents. Now, where do we start here? This is a person to me that has been through a lot of trauma. And now, similar to other people we are seeing, such as Justin Bieber, the trial to me is bringing up a lot of trauma. Probably memories and things they didn't know were still there. But I think the trial is triggering different things for people. And people are reacting differently. I think in some ways, maybe Justin Bieber is supplementing his feelings or trying to use some escapism through substances, maybe, to cope with the dreams, memories of things that he personally has experienced. And I noticed with Q, they did an interview, was it earlier this year or last year? They did one with the Breakfast Club. I think they were trying to promote maybe a new album or something. And Q actually started crying, became emotional, because I think there's more stuff there. I think there's just more stuff there. So you say you don't believe him, you didn't hear about it. Oh, you say I believe him. I can only imagine if this is just one little thing. This just is like one little thing to me. He did treat them bad. He treated them real bad. And I wonder why. I wonder if could it have been because they weren't willing to engage in some of the things that maybe Danny Kane was willing to do? What do you guys think about that he says Don is the one who gave him the pill? Let's see if we can listen to if this commercial is done yet. So this is like Aubrey talking. Another damn commercial, y'all. But yeah, it's hard to believe that this stuff is not true. I don't know if Day 26 has had any type of lawsuits or trying to get money from him. Let's see if the commercial is up. So to me, I believe that this could have been possibly true. So it was Q and I believe Aubrey O'Day on this podcast. Let's see if we can. And what do you guys think that Aubrey O'Day carries the secrets? Is she credible, a credible witness? And why do you guys think that she has not actually been called to the stand? Because I think she was supposed to testify, was it last Monday? But I do feel like she holds so much information. Oh, can you listen to it on here?
And I was with Dirty Money.
There you go.
At this time, I was around Dirty Money for about a year while they were creating Last Train to Paris. And I guess I was around because I was dating Dawn. I just happened to be around. So Diddy's like, I think he was very, very high. He's like, we're going to go to the Hamptons. He was like, we're going to go stay the night there and you guys want to come. And it felt very weird because this energy just felt so weird. You know what I mean? It was friendly high. You know what I'm saying? Like a friendly invitation to something.
He wasn't usually like that?
No, he's never invited all of us to one of his houses. Oh. So before we get to the Hamptons, they're like speeding in these black SUVs on the expressway very, very fast. Like they were in a rush to get to the Hamptons. We get to the Hamptons and we walk through the house and we arrive in the backyard near the pool. And my ex at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. And she said,
is that what she said it was?
Yeah, she said it was ecstasy. And she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red. And I took it because I thought I was going to get freaky with my girlfriend. You know, we tried ecstasy before. And I trusted her that's what it was. So I took it immediately. And she had one too. He gave her two of them. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out and blacked out. Okay. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
I don't know their names.
Are you talking about Diddy's daughters?
Twins.
Okay.
Yeah. Diddy's twins. His girls. Yeah. I woke up in their bed to cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And it felt like I'm not gonna cry.
That's rough. And I think there are just so many people who have gone through similar situations with Diddy, but have been keeping it in for so long because of fear, nobody believing them, maybe being gaslit when trying to explain these stories. It just reminds me so much of how victims are re-traumatized by police officers, law enforcement, the hospital when you have to go in and kind of do those examinations, and how he's probably been carrying this for 20 years? And the person you trusted, your partner, thinking that maybe they had something to do with it also, that they were a part of it. Like, how do you go into another relationship and trust another individual when in your last relationship, this person broke your trust in such a detrimental way that now I think there's some trauma, probably some PTSD around the situation. It's hard to just really, I think grasp how hard it was for him to move away from this situation, heal from it. It just seems really rough. And I think there's a lot of other people who have gone through the same thing. I was listening to, one of the escorts talk about his experience. I can't remember his name. He testified last week, a bald guy, and he wrote a book. And he said that, it got to a certain point where he would be invited over to engage in these escapades between Cassie and Diddy, and where he could not perform anymore. And it wasn't just with them, it was with other partners too. And so he went through a year of ED. And I don't think people realize how depression and anxiety can manifest in different ways in your body. Sometimes it's not always seen, the anxiety, the depression. And I wonder the trauma that individual went through, saw, dealt with. He didn't quite realize how maybe his anxiety, uncomfortableness with the last incident that they were engaging in together really manifested where he could not perform. And probably how many men out there, and women too, have anxiety, and how it can kind of also lead to you not being able to be into things, having physical intimacy with your partner, how your mind just like really shuts down your whole body from being able to react and engage in situations that should be pleasurable. We don't talk about how depression, anxiety really does manifest into those areas of your life. We talk about how it affects work, friendships, isolation, but how it also can affect your sexual health. And so I wish that there were more conversations about how anxiety, depression, PTSD, all those things do manifest into this other area that I think is still very taboo when people are not so comfortable talking about. It can lead to ED. It can lead to erectile different things. Your body just shuts down. You don't understand why you can't get into it. It's because your body remembers and is carrying so much trauma that it does not know how to decompress, regulate itself so that you can enjoy what you want to enjoy. Okay? But let me know, like, what do you guys think? I think the levels of trauma that all these people have faced and experienced from this situation have not even been discussed. Don't even know how deep it really goes into their bodies. All the manifestations of trauma in your body, how it affects your sexual health. And now I hope that, Aubrey does testify, to have a voice, to speak her own truth. But at the same time, I do understand how it can bring up a lot of trauma, regurgitate everything that you don't want to process, think about, only for you to walk off that stand and have to just go back into regular life. And the internet is going to be ruthless and say so many things about you, talk about you. And I get that that's hard also. So, yeah, I get that that's hard. But what do you guys think of the whole Q situation? What do you think about this story? And I think he's probably not at a point either where he's talking about everything that really happened. There's so much shame and embarrassment that comes along with this also. So now let's move on to our marriage and relationships. Okay, we're going to talk about marriage and relationships. That's going to be our last segment for today. This right here. Okay, this right here. Now, I did a video about this and so many thoughts y'all had, so many feelings. about Miss Mamas. Some of y'all think I don't know what I'm talking about. But I feel like people are so focused on only men can be narcissists. Women are victims of men being narcissists. That it's too hard for people to reverse the roles and see maybe okay, but I just wonder, when are things going to change where we start seeing that women can be aggressors, women can be abusers, and that there are plenty of men who are trying to heal from and recover from aggressive women. Okay, now I'm gonna need y'all to hit that like, okay, because the likes need to be going up on this video. But this whole situation, it just shows you the complexities of divorce and marriages and power and control dynamics. And I think that this relationship to me feels like there's a lot of power involved. And each party is trying to gain the public sympathy and narrative. Okay, hey Frank, how you doing? Okay, now I was watching this video earlier, and this is the part where her mouth got really bad. So I don't think I can really play this part. Yeah, all that cussing on YouTube it ain't a good look for my channel. Okay, but I want to talk about narcissism in relationships, being married to a narcissist, covert narcissism. Now, I liked the first video so much that I'm actually going to drop a second one on the signs of covert narcissism. Okay, but I have to be real. I have to be honest. I feel like Remy is a narcissist, and though I don't know her personally, as I discussed in the second video, this video points out different things that you see in narcissistic relationships, covert narcissism in relationships. The video shows all of it. And so I'm going to probably drop the video tomorrow discussing this video and how it truly does show manipulation, power, emotional abuse, emasculation. But the internet is not ready. I don't think the internet is ready to talk about female narcissists. People are so still stuck on a man can only be a narcissist. And I want to know from you guys, why do you think it is that people refuse to see that women can be abusive, women can be narcissists? Okay. Now, this is my first time going live on YouTube directly. So hopefully the comments are coming up on the video. I'm just like starting to figure this. I normally go through StreamYard. So hopefully y'all see in the comments pop up as we're discussing this. So, but yeah, I had to, run it back real quick because these internet, people on the internet began their GEDs, their PhDs, and their high school diplomas from ChatGTP. And they be trying to tell me, a therapist who's I've been in counseling with a lot of people, help people get divorces. Okay, girl, you came to the right one, because I'm going to help you see you can do without that man. I'm going to give you support and help you get down to that court building and see you can live a life without him. So I've seen a lot of relationships of women and men who have been in relationships with narcissists. And sometimes as I'm doing therapy with some of these people, they're just not ready to hear it. They're not ready to hear that they're in a relationship with someone who's a narcissist, someone who is living with borderline personality disorder. And so you kind of have to be gentle when you're talking to people about these things, because there's a lot of stigma with labeling someone these different diagnoses. But to me, Remy is showing y'all over and over again, because if she was really happy, why are you concerned with Clarissa? If you think that he really took it one step down from you, why are you so concerned? Okay, why are you so concerned, boo? But let me see if I can pull where she's not cussing so much.
You read the comments, you can't keep up with them if you do that, right? I'll wait. Because I've been sitting by my phone all fucking day because I know you can't take the L. You can't take the public people not on your dick. You can't take that, right? Every time you come up, mentions me, says anything, or do anything that I don't like, every time your current come up situation, I'ma drag you. And every time you bring your little girly self on here and saying something, I'ma drag you. Every time, Willie. I'm gonna drag you every time, Willie. Every time. I was just trying to get back with you yesterday. Get back with what? Get back with what? Why the fuck would I be trying to get back with you, sir? Stop lying to me.
Ciao. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Yes, NYC chocolate. The tables are turning. They are, but at the same time, I still feel like we are so far behind in this rhetoric that only men can be narcissists. So let me run it down to you, okay, of what I see. He didn't call you back for a second date. He must be a narcissist. Okay? He not text me quick enough. He must be a narcissist. Okay, he can't. The word of just like, oh, he a jerk. He's just not interested. I'm just not that girl for him. No, we didn't jump the ship. Let me just put the narcissist label on him, because it can't be me. It can't be me, because I'm all that. He don't want this. Oh, he must be gay. I told you he was giving me gay vibes. He too sassy for me. Okay, it can never be. Maybe I'm dramatic, I'm immature, I'm toxic, I got issues. I'm bringing my baggage from my old relationships. Oh no, girl. He was a narcissist anyway. Tell me if I'm lying. Y'all tell me if I'm lying. That's what I hear. That's what I see. Oh, he didn't have money. He was cheap. He only wanted to, take me to this restaurant when I wanted to go to this restaurant that I saw on IG. It was all about what he wanted. Yeah, he a narcissist. But people don't know the clinical details needed, the DSM, because Google told me what a narcissist is. My sister told me what a narcissist is. My bestie did. TikTok did. Okay? And what's the other stuff I saw? I should just pull up the video. Okay? Because some of y'all comments. Okay? Let me just pull up my channel. And go over here. Because apparently I'm just an internet therapist. Thank you to the 11,000 views in less than 24 hours. Like, okay. We need to stop with this. This man is no longer in love. You need to understand that good people get to the point of return. Yes, they do, brother. Yes, they do. So it was some positive ones. So here we go. Pap is almost 50 years old. Are we for real? 50 years old? Grown ass man. He's not a baby. He's not a victim. Black women stop infantilizing the. I love when y'all use big words that y'all know what y'all talking about. The internet loves a big word that they don't know what they talking about. Let me just throw that in there to make my comment look like I know what I'm talking about. I agree, Shy. There has to be love there for them to really be going back and forth like this. Okay? There's some love there, but at this point, is the hatred, disdain, I don't know if it's hate yet. Is that bigger than the love that we still have had? I don't know. Here we go. That Pap is an opportunist. Y'all be having time for these long ass comments. He's an opportunist because he went for the next big name. Now, Clarissa, I know, is a boxer, but is she a big name? I'm not trying to be rude, with all respect. I don't really think that Clarissa is bigger than Remy. Okay. But that's just me. What do y'all think? Okay. So yeah, is it Shy or Shay? I'm upset too. Do y'all notice that when the movie came out, Clarissa's movie came out, is when all this stuff started coming out too? I think, was it that she did an interview, or was it that was her name Ryan Leslie? There was like interviews going on at the Breakfast Club, and that's when all of it started to come out that Clarissa was dating Papoose. You think that Clarissa is bigger than Remy? Oh, she did have a biopic. Okay. I guess I'm just thinking more in the eyes of like hip hop, music industry, pop culture. I think in a way that Clarissa's name, I get what you're saying. I think in a way she is bigger, but in another way, I feel like Remy is bigger than what Clarissa is, if you get what I'm saying. I think that maybe there's just that they're just in two different like industries, like in the boxing world versus hip hop, reality TV space. Before the movie came out, I think people were probably more familiar with Remy, but the movie and all these shenanigans, they did, escalate her name. So I don't know. I think Remy is more known because even though her biopic came out, I went to go see it. Y'all go see it? Y'all go see it? I'm gonna wait. Shay, did you go see it? Okay. And that's the thing. Yeah, she is a 2-time Olympic champion, Lauren. But y'all may not know that them Olympians be broke. I think I saw like a documentary about Clarissa like years ago that she was struggling living in Detroit. I think it was something like it was a special about her. It was a while ago when she was really trying to get back up and be in boxing again. And I think they talk about her siblings and her mom. Do y'all remember that? Was it a special or was it some kind of like documentary? But I saw something a couple years ago and it made me realize that just because you're in Olympics, just because you have a bunch of gold medals, that doesn't equate to money. You have to have a good team around you, be already famous, such as like Simone Biles, um, those type of people have a brand behind you to really get the money, to really get all those brand deals. But having, yes, she's getting endorsements now. Okay. But not everyone who goes to the Olympics comes back to a bunch of endorsements and money. And I'm sure all this stuff has probably put her name out there more to get her more endorsement deals and get the biopic. But a couple, maybe it was before the pandemic, I can't remember. I watched something that said that she was really struggling financially. But I think that the world is not ready for men to be in tune to their feelings and be more open to what they're going through, depression, anxiety, crying, being honest, because it becomes weaponized. It becomes weaponized. And this is why men don't share how they're feeling, is because it's going to become weaponized and used against them. Yeah, nobody probably really knew who she was until all that stuff happened.
These people. Did y'all look at the date on that file? Oh, it's so easy to file. He filed that today. He filed this today. Who gave you the money? They gave you the money. You should be thankful. Look at me doing you favors again. I got y'all lit. All the blogs pick y'all up. You could use all my perks, all my front row perks, all my jewelry perks, all my jacket perks. Y'all lit. I got y'all lit. And look at me again, still doing you favors. I got your lawyer retained. Look at him. Look at him over there. Emotional. You're an emotional creature. Men are emotional creatures. You know, I have no ill will towards you, Papoose. Men are just emotional creatures. You over there on your little Instagram page where I helped you get all your little followers. Oh, I was trying to get back here. Y'all, would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Here's my phone right here. Would y'all like to see my messages from yesterday? Let's go to my messages. Let's go. Let's flip this real quick. This is my messages. Look what he saved as. Bozo. Let's scroll down. Let's go to yesterday. This is yesterday. Let's go up. Look at him being my friend. Sending me pictures of the baby. My daughter's asleep. This is Tuesday. My daughter's asleep at 11:18. My daughter's asleep. She's asleep. This she's asleep.
She need a new damn phone.
This is the other day. This is the other day. Everything's fine, right? Ain't no issues. You ain't telling you sending those type of texts at 11 something at night, right? Okay, what I said, leave my baby alone. She should be thanking me. That's it. Everything he had yesterday at 10:59. Can you send me your lawyer's name and number? Just call my lawyer again. Like I told you, you have not retained or paid her. Tell Clarence to pay it. He will do it. I'm on hold. We'll be speaking to my lawyer shortly. I have no clue who that is. Spoke to my lawyer. We are meeting Saturday. Then
I don't know about y'all, but the messages to me just look like somebody trying to, let's get this thing started. Let's meet up. Let's get our lawyers to exchange phone numbers. It don't seem like he was trying to get back together with her. I think he was trying to me be cordial. You know, give me the information to your lawyer. Okay. But also the weaponization of you're too emotional. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now, side note, I did another vlog about my hair because I actually went to go get it done. So I'm probably going to drop that this week too. Okay. But we going into week 4. Okay. With the locks, we trying to We're getting there, okay? But I'm gonna talk about it in the video, okay? But back to this. Yes, Shay. Yes. Having emotions is not a weakness. Having emotions is not a weakness. But it's things that like this that remind me that men can never truly be vulnerable with a woman. Because in the back of their minds, it's gonna be, is this gonna be in her back pocket? Is she gonna use this against me? Okay. Can I really authentically tell her that I'm struggling? That I really want to go in the bathroom and cry because I'm broke and I'm struggling. But you want a new purse. You want to keep it with the Joneses. But I'm afraid I'm about to lose my job in this recession. But if I start crying, I'm a punk. Okay? I'm a punk. I'm sassy. I'm weak. So instead, I'm going to internalize the fear, the emotions that I'm dealing with for your sake. So you can keep it with your friends. Because I know you can't really hold space for me. You can't handle what I'm really going through. And I think it's a lot of men who internalize and unfortunately are no longer with us because they feel like they could not be truly honest with anyone in their lives about what they were really facing and dealing with. Now, that is true, Chocolate. You know, there are relationships where women can hold space. But how many times on the internet do we see examples of women supporting, holding down, literally holding a man, a husband, a partner, crying? We don't see positive examples of that. We see this over and over again. Because I also believe that there is a lack of emotional intelligence in relationships. That I think that people don't know how to really just be vulnerable, you know, create safety. We don't have too many of those. We really don't. Okay. It's hard. It's hard enough to be in a marriage, but then to be lonely in a marriage. Because a lot of people are married, but are they happily married? Is their relationship thriving? Do you feel like the person that you've been with for the last 20 years, am I still in love with that person? Yeah, I'm looking at you. Can you really be yourself? Is this what you thought marriage would be? Or is this what you saw growing up? So you think that this is what marriage and relationships are supposed to be? Think about it. Think about it. Okay. But this Papoose and Remy saga, long as they got phones, it's going to keep going. Yeah, Remy is immature. She is always trying to emasculate him. She do act like a street dude. She do. She really do. Yeah, everything is for show. Everything is for show. Everyone's trying to prove themselves to the world. She is immature. In one of the comments, I thought somebody said that she didn't have a good relationship with her mother. So I think that is another dynamic that plays into all this too, is that she doesn't have a good foundation of her own with your first version kind of yourself. A little bit was your relationship with your mother, safety, vulnerability, and then also growing up. I think somebody said she claimed Queens, but she from the Bronx, or vice versa. Some of that also having to grow up to be like very hard to survive the neighborhood. Yeah, they not thinking about that child. They not. And how old is she now? Because I think that was probably like an old video when she was a baby. Because wasn't it at one point they were calling her like the golden child? I think she's supposed to be like the miracle baby or like the IVF baby or something like that. But she gotta be like what, 8 now? Like 7? Oh, she's 6. Okay, I wasn't that far off. Yeah. But y'all still got a co-parent for what, the next at least 8 years, 9, depending on, once she becomes kind of a teenager. They let her kind of make her own decisions about which parent she want to be with and things like that. But y'all gonna have birthdays, graduations, school assemblies, field trips, maybe sports. All these things that y'all have to show up with together are, kind of put on like we co-parenting and we're in a good space. Because it's going to make it harder for the child if both of y'all are always at each other necks. And the child having to hear your mama talk about your daddy. And that pours into your mind and your thoughts and opinions of your daddy. It's a cycle that neither one of them put down the phones. Put down the phones. And she need a new phone. Her phone's so cracked. Battery on E. But yeah, they're not thinking about the kid. They're thinking about themselves. And I've seen too many clients who are the result of this type of dynamic when the parents are only thinking about themselves. I didn't know that guy Easy is only 35 or 36. I also think that covert narcissists choose a certain type of person. We don't talk about that enough either. Okay. But, I just want to get on here. I hope you guys are having a good Memorial Day weekend. Want to check in with my community, connect. Y'all got any plans for today? Is Memorial Day, I guess, kind of like almost over. I worked for a little bit this morning. So, yeah, I appreciate y'all. Appreciate everyone coming on and joining me on the live today. We're going to try and do this once a week on Mondays. So we got our reality TV corner, our law corner, marriage and relationships. And if there's something else y'all want to see in the another section or category y'all want to see in here, we can add that too. This is the first of many that we're going to do. But I'm just getting started, trying to get my feet wet, see how it goes. What do y'all want to see and talk about? But let me know your thoughts and opinions. This ain't going nowhere. Remy and Papoose, they haven't even started the divorce process yet. It's going to be a long, long road. And as Portia would say, wrong road, wrong road. They going down the wrong road, okay? But I'm going to hop off on here. I'm going to hop off and enjoy the rest of my Monday. But thank you guys for chatting with me. Make sure you like the video. Share it with your crew. as always, I always appreciate you guys coming on, talking to me, having conversations. We're going to keep it going. We're going to do more lives as the summer, picks up. I'm going to be moving in the next couple weeks. So things on the channel, we're going to go through a little bit of a growth period. Okay, as I'm trying to move to a whole new state. So got to get my family settled and got to kind of get like a little bit of my office together so I could first work and make money to pay for my bills. And then we're going to get into the live. So, what shows y'all gonna be watching? I'm gonna be watching Love Island, Big Brother, The Ultimatum. So yeah, but in about 2 weeks I'm gonna be moving. So the first week of Love Island I won't really be able to do lives and stuff like that because I'm gonna be moving. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the summer. Summer is always jam-packed with reality and relationship shows, which I love. Will they do? Thank you, Frank. But thank you guys for joining me on the live. Make sure you go into the chat, leave some comments, like the video. I appreciate you guys. Join the membership. The membership is only, I think, $1. So I want to have some members only chats in the future too, but I need y'all to join the membership. Okay, I believe it's $1. Get the baby plan. $1. Okay. But enjoy the rest of y'all day, and I will see you next time. Bye.